Today's video is brought to you by the subscribe button and the notification bell. Don't forget to click both of them down below. Hey, what's up guys? Joker here, and today we have got a few news stories in the world of tech and PC gaming, and we're going to be kicking things off starting about AMD and Sapphire, who spilled a massive can of beans. I'm not talking like about the little can of Heinz beans you get like in the grocery store aisle. I'm talking about like Costco, like Sam's Club, BJ's, the big fucking family size can of beans that last you 5 years. That size can of beans concerning Navi. Also, we've got a actually a statement necessarily from George R.R. Martin about a possible game he is working on with From Software, and also a new game is coming out today, which actually looks pretty decent despite being on the Epic Games Store. But as I said, we're going to start off talking about Navi and the massive can of beans that was spilled by the PR manager from Sapphire, which in case you're not familiar, I'm sure you're familiar if you're watching this channel, I don't even know why I said that. Basically, they're one of the very few board partners that works exclusively with AMD, along with companies like XFX and PowerColor, who work just with AMD. They don't produce any NVIDIA graphics cards. So their PR manager, during an interview, revealed some pretty big details about two upcoming Navi GPUs and also their price points and when we can expect to see them announced and when they'll actually be releasing. So we'll start off with the price points. They are saying that these are going to be priced at $399 US and $499 US. The more expensive of the two being a competitor with the RTX 2070, and the $399 one being a competitor with the RTX 2060. Now, of course, that is with traditional methods of rasterization and not in terms of ray tracing. It has been rumored so far that these cards will support ray tracing. However, it was confirmed in this interview that it will not be at the hardware level. So that'll definitely affect things if ray tracing does get supported on Navi and we want to do comparisons with the like of the 2060 and 2070. Obviously, with having hardware level stuff, NVIDIA would probably see a pretty significant edge there. During this interview, it was also pointed out that these GPUs would launch around July 7th and that we can expect to see the announcement on May 27th during Lisa Su's keynote at Computex out of Taipei, which she is expected to give in just about less than a week's time now. She's supposed to be giving that big keynote. I think a lot of us were maybe expecting to see stuff maybe at E3 during that tech day that they revealed, but it looks like maybe that's going to be a little bit more Zen 2 focused, and they might talk a lot more about Navi here at Computex, which is not that far away at all, so we're going to get some more juicy details very soon. So basically, the big takeaway from this is that a lot of the rumors, leading up till now, I mean, obviously you can still classify this as a rumor, I guess, although this is Sapphire's PR manager saying this directly. So, I mean, unless AMD decides to switch things up because of this leak, I would say that this is probably going to end up proving to be true. So it kind of confirms what we had thought about Navi, with it being a Polaris replacement, not a Vega replacement, because we already got Radeon 7 earlier this year. That was really the replacement for Vega 56 and Vega 64, although we only got one tier with that card, so kind of odd there. And now we're going to get a couple of GPUs in the Navi lineup, and I do expect to see maybe some other Polaris GPUs, hopefully out by the end of the year, that'll, come in at the lower tier price point, because even $400 is pretty high end. I know in the current market with how expensive graphics cards have gotten, that $399 is kind of now the mid-range, but $399 and $499, that used to be like the high end, and now it's like $700 to $1,200. That's kind of like the high end, and this is really the mid-range card, which is just kind of crazy to see in terms of pricing. I guess that's what we get after the whole cryptocurrency boom, and after it was basically proven that gamers will pay exorbitant sums of money for graphics cards if they want them. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on this down in the comments below. Now that we know, these cards are supposed to be coming out in July, got the prices here, $400 and $500 respectively. Is this something that is going to be, on the horizon for you, something that you want to pick up? Leave me your thoughts and comments and everything down below. Unfortunately, the original post that was made with this has since been taken down, as you would probably expect, so that's really all we got to go on for now. Keep you updated as soon as we learn anything new. Next up, I quickly wanted to talk about this after the debacle that was Season 8 of Game of Thrones. Not going to go into that right now. Bad writing and all that. Just, come on now. I mean, come on. Just let me know your thoughts about Season 8 in the comments. I'm not going to say any more on it. Just leave me your thoughts. Okay, good old George R.R. Martin, who is not to blame, I don't feel, for... Well, maybe he's a little bit for taking too damn long to write the books. I said I wasn't going to get into this. I said I wasn't going to go into it. I don't want to piss anyone off. But let's get with the news, shall we? So, Game of Thrones famed novelist George R.R. Martin is confirmed that he is consulting right now for a video game out of Japan with From Software, the developer responsible for games like the Dark Souls series, Bloodborne, and the most recently released Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice. So it would be absolutely amazing to see. I mean, we don't know if it's going to be a Game of Thrones game. We just know that he's working with them, which could just mean maybe he's writing the story for From Software, which is probably the more likely scenario here. But hey, I can dream about a Game of Thrones game that plays like a Dark Souls game. I would love to see that. I'm sure a lot of you would as well. So let's go ahead and take a look at George R.R. Martin's quote directly here and see what he had to say about this. He said, "As a producer, I've got 5 shows currently in development at HBO, some having nothing whatsoever to do with the world of Westeros, 2 at Hulu, 1 on the History Channel. I'm involved with a number of feature products, some based on my own stories and books, some on material created by others. There are these short films I am hoping to make, adaptations of classic stories by one of the most brilliant, quirky, and original writers of our genre has ever produced. I've consulted on a video game out of Japan, and then there's Meow Wolf." I don't really know what Meow Wolf is, but basically what we get from that is that he is working on a whole ton of projects, none of which seem to be the 2 books that we're waiting for. But hey, a video game could be pretty damn cool. He's a terrific writer, and I would love to see anything that he is involved with as far as writing is concerned, because the books are incredible. So yeah, if he writes a video game for From Software, that could be maybe the best story we've ever seen in one of their games. Those games have had solid gameplay. The stories, I don't think, really have ever been very good, in my personal opinion. Yeah, if you disagree or agree, let me know down in the comments below. Last up, but certainly not least, this is going to be a game that, I mean, it looks really interesting, but it's called Observation. So it's releasing today for PS4 and the Epic Game Store. The best way you can describe this game is if you are familiar with the movie 2001: A Space Odyssey. This is basically like that, except you play as HAL, which was the AI in those movies. So you're on an international space station and you play as the AI, so you kind of control the ship and things like that, which just sounds like a very interesting premise. I'm not entirely sure how interesting the gameplay side of things is going to be when you're just basically playing as an AI, but it seems like it'll be an interesting experience, and the graphics are pretty darn good looking. And this is, like I said, it's going to be an Epic Game Store exclusive. It is available over there right now because of their sale. It's actually very reasonably priced. I'm not trying to make a case for the Epic Store, but it's like regularly $25, and then it's on sale for pre-order at $22.50. But because of the Epic sale going on right now, it's actually $12.50, which seems like a decent price. And for a game that I'm not too confident about, it's actually not too bad. So I am probably going to end up picking it up over there because I'm a huge space fan, a space nut. I love pretty much anything to do with outer space and space travel, so I'm definitely going to check this game out. Maybe I'll do a gameplay video for you guys later today or tomorrow on this game running on my main PC, just a quick gameplay video for anyone that might be interested in it. It is thankfully going to be a timed exclusive, so eventually we will see this on Steam sometime in the year 2020, around this time actually, in the year 2020, which is good because it looks like the year 2020 is going to be a really great year for games once the Epic Game Store has finished beta testing all of the games coming out this year. So if you're waiting for all these games to come out on Steam, you're going to have quite the library of titles to play through come next year. So that's definitely a good thing to see. But I'm going to go ahead and get out of here, guys. As always, I look forward to the discussion and comments down below. As always, let's continue on the conversation. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a thumbs up on it, subscribe if you're not already, and I'll see you tomorrow for another video. Ciao.